And hi, everybody. Dan Hicks along with Bob Trumpy. The Chicago Bears come in at 4-2, thanks in large part to their offense. While the defense struggles, it has been the wide receiver quarterback combination of Eric Kramer and Curtis Conway, one of the best and hottest in the NFL right now.
They have definitely connected, and that's exactly what Dave Wannstedt wanted. When Eric Kramer came in here from Detroit, he got hurt last year, but he has a very strong arm, sees the field well, doesn't fall in love with the receiver, tries to spread it around, although he has found Curtis Conway in the end zone several times.
And that is where Eric Kramer will begin to work. We mentioned the hottest quarterback in the league, 14 touchdown passes. That's tied for the NFL lead with Bono of Kansas City up front. A great offensive line. Heck, Perry, Fontenot, Lewenberg, and James Big Cat Williams. Backs and receivers, the Heisman Trophy winner, Rashaan Salaam. And there is Curtis Conway. 7 touchdown receptions, 3 last week. In fact, his last 3 receptions have been for touchdowns. And we'll see a lot of Michael Timpson in the 3 wideout offensive scheme for Chicago. Bears begin at the 23-yard line. And Kramer to the air on first down, and going deep downfield on first down, and intercepted by Darrell Lewis.
Good blocking up front by the offensive line. Does anybody hit him? Yes, it's Carrier who makes the contact. The ball is loose. Theory 94 with the recovery. You got to keep your presence of mind on offense.
And he'll keep it on the ground this time, and it's Rashaan Salaam. Nothing right, breaks out left and hurdles himself to the 40-yard line. So a gain of 6 for Salaam. 2nd down and 9. Kramer to the air, pumps once, and this time he has Jeff Graham for first down yardage inside the 15 of Houston. Michael Barrow finally ran him out of bounds, but not before a gain of 26.
And a lot positive for the Bears there. 1, excellent pass protection. And then 2, the Bears have figured out a way to get the watch the linebacker coverage. 56 Barrow on Graham as he comes across the middle. Graham with excellent speed. Barrow, for a linebacker, he can't stay with him. So the Bears exploit a weakness in that Houston defense, come up with a big completion.
The hold is down, and the kick is good by Butler. Make it 11-11 as the Chicago Bears get on the board first. Spellman, Flanagan, Zorich, and Fontenot up front. And the linebacking core of Smith, Kane, and Cox. The defensive secondary gave up 288 passing yards last week to expansion team Jacksonville. Barry Minner and Kevin Minifield come in the nickel package for the Bears. Chicago with a 3-0 lead. 1st and 10 from his 17. Rashaan Salaam with a big hole on the left side, trying to make it even bigger, taking the turn and picking up the first down. 11 yards for Salaam on the carry.
Andy, I'm telling you, this kid is extraordinary. Watch the vision that allows him to cut back. Great speed. Ask him why he wasn't drafted higher. You know, Kajana Carter of the Bengals was the first pick out of Penn State. He said, look, I was a late arriver. I didn't do much the year before I won the Heisman. It's understandable. I do have a point to make, though. Some people may have made a mistake.
5th running back chosen. And here is Salaam again. Great job blocking up front, and he just bowls his way across the 45. Chris Dishman makes the stop, but another 16-yard gain for Salaam.
And Dan, the point I want to make about this young man, generally rookie running backs coming into the league are guys who they hunt and peck. They pick, they choose, they slide. This guy is a pounder. He is a true running back, but he really fires in there. There is no hesitation whatsoever when he gets the ball in his hands.
Anthony Johnson and Robert Green in the backfield. 3rd and long again for Chicago. Here it comes. The blitz from the Oilers, and a defender falls down as the catch is made by number 83, Michael Timpson.
That was pretty.
15 yards, just the 8th catch for Timpson. They've been trying to get him more involved in the wide receiving scheme for Chicago.
From behind the defense, you see the blitz coming, picked up well by Chicago. Kramer stands in there. This is a beautiful catch by Michael Timpson. They signed him as a free agent. You know, in New England last year, he had over 70 receptions. This is what I like about Kramer. He will stand in there and take the hit to make the completion. This a pretty one.
First 6 years with the Patriots. Timpson, now Kramer firing left side, and he's got Tony Carter. Carter's got more first down yardage. And he's out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. In his second year out of Minnesota, gain of 16 for Carter.
Now he's replacing Raymond Harris, who on the second play of the first game of the season broke his collarbone. So they insert this young man in, primarily a blocking back, but look, they find out the kid can catch. So now you're seeing a Chicago Bear offense. They throw it outside, they try to the tight end, and it's all based on their ability to run the ball with Salam.
So now Kramer in Chicago faced with 3rd and 9 from the Oiler 20. Quick drop by Kramer and a quick slant on the right side. And that is complete to Michael Timpson, who hauls in his second reception of the game. Good for 10 yards. So the ball squarely on the 10, 1st and goal. A good drive by the Bears, 10th play. Kramer working the play action, and he's got Graham. And Graham is just inside the 5-yard line. Chuck Cecil made the stop. I mentioned the 37, the longest this season. All the rest have been in the 20s, including that one from 22.
And that was a great job by the holder, Sauerbrunn. That was a bad snap. He got it up, and he makes the kick.
Flanagan wearing the Dan Hampton,
yes,
number 99, changing from 68.
Now, last year he said 68 had looked like an offensive lineman. And Dave Wanstead will tell you, this kid has improved more in 1 year than any player he's ever seen. I think it was Craig Vesey, 71, who knocked that ball away.
3rd and 7. Kramer wants a lot of it. Wide open is Conway, who hauls it in. They're not going to get him. Touchdown, Chicago.
Danny, that's 4 straight catches, all for touchdown. 3 last week, 1 today.
76 yards.
Did you see Singletary? Offense scores, he wouldn't dare applaud. Once a linebacker, always a linebacker. Beautifully executed by the Bears.
8th touchdown of the season for Curtis Conway. He came into this game tied for the NFL with Jerry Rice.
Now, Dave Wanstead admitted to us that in the offseason they acquired Michael Timpson for one reason and one reason alone: put pressure on Chris Conway. When you face a 46 defense, a Houston defense, if somebody makes a mistake, you're wide open. It looks like mass confusion out there. The closest guy to him is Steve Jackson, 24. You can't claim it on him. He's the safety back there. Someone totally dropped the coverage and allowed Conway to get loose, and Kramer says, that's the way we drew it up.
15 touchdown passes on the season now for Eric Kramer. He came in tied with Steve Bono of Kansas City for tops in the NFL. He's got 11 touchdown passes in his last 3 games. Chandler is sacked in the end zone for the safety. Number 96, Al Fontenot.
And this is just a 4-man rush for the Chicago Bears to get this much pressure on Chris Chandler with that offensive line. Very disturbing for Houston. Not a lot of pressure there. Goodness, 13-0.
15-0 here, Chicago.
Conway.
Rolling to the near side. Curtis Conway has not been touched yet until he gets to the Oiler 41.
But that breaks the streak. He didn't score.
Oh, he's in a major slump.
That's a bootleg by Eric Kramer that was well disguised and completely fooled Houston.
2nd and 4. Kramer working the play action. Wide open is Graham, and he's got lots of room. Spins and weaves his way to the 16 or 17-yard line. Gain of 15 for Graham.
Peyton on the sideline, the Bears sideline.
Hall of Famer Peyton. And Rashaan Salaam, who hopes to follow in his footsteps. And you mentioned that Walter Payton gives advice to Rashaan Salaam, and he's been a real fixture on the Chicago sidelines.
I guess the rest is all right, huh?
Right, yeah. Walter Payton will be addressing the crowd here today at halftime. He'll be the keynote speaker of the Bears reunion as Jeff Graham hauls in the catch close to the first down. Don't believe he got it. Darrell Lewis, the right corner for Houston, brought him down. So there's the football now for the Bears, first and goal again. Salaam diving, and he will be short.
You notice who's in there in front of him as a blocking back?
No, he won't be short. Touchdown. Now flags come in.
There's Flanagan, short yardage fullback after the fashion of William the Refrigerator Perry. There's 99 sitting right in front of him. Rashaan Salaam fires in there, just hit anybody in a white jersey. Looked to me like he broke the plane. Comes down on the goal line. They give him the touchdown.
Chicago, but really he was a quality punter in college, Trump. He set the single season punting average of better than 48 yards his single year. He broke Reggie Roby's career NCAA Division 1A record with a better than 46-yard average. A mark that stood for 12 years, but his kickoffs have been less than consistent. This one taken at the 3 by Mel Gray. Best to ever do it in the business is across the 40 and into Bears territory at the 44. They're going for it on 4th down and 4. And they pick up the first down. It is Todd McNair out of the backfield. His status as the leading receiver, even though he's missed the last 1.5 games. And over the middle. Michael Rowan, the Bears have
it. He's not only the tight ends coach, but also signals into the sideline the plays to the quarterback.
All SEC quarterback as a senior at Alabama. 3rd now, down and long, and they pick up the first down. At least Jeff Graham seemed to have the momentum across the sticks, and he should get it. Tamur Barnes on the stop. He's the nickel back for Houston. He likes to spread it around. Graham and Conway came in with the exact number of receptions. It has been 25 years since a pair of wide receivers has combined for 1,000 yards each, and this is Conway on the end around reverse. Gain of 19.
Well, they're reaching the back section of their playbook for this particular game.
They've just about used everything.
Yeah, everything that they've tried works. Bishop 23 finally makes the tackle. You see how the defense over pursues, and again the great speed of Conway. Bishop 23 catches up to him, but another big gain by the Chicago offense. Doesn't even work as well in training camp.
Conway, #1 pick at USC in his 3rd year. Really took a lot of heat from the media and a lot of folks because they thought that he hadn't really produced enough. He had just 4 touchdowns in his first 2 seasons before he's turned it on here in '95. I'm looking forward to it. 2nd and 5. And the pitch to Salaam. Close to first down yardage. Just depend on where they mark him out. Good block up front. Left guard Todd Perry to spring Salaam. 2nd down and 10. And the delay. And this is our first look at Robert Green. His 4th year out of William and Mary. He's the 2nd leading rusher for Chicago. Doesn't like to play behind Salaam. Thinks he'll be a starter somewhere someday soon. He finished his career there as the all-time leading rusher. 3rd down and 8. Kramer flips it over to the right side, and it's complete to Anthony Johnson. And Anthony Johnson has his 10th reception of the season, first of the game.
Man, this is amazing.
But it'll be short of the first down. Blaine Bishop makes the stop. This will be a 47-yard attempt, his longest of the season. He has a streak of 12 straight, and let's see what happens.
Really hit it.
Just inside the upright. The streak is alive. When Chris Chandler is on, and we'll talk about his game against Cincinnati earlier this year in a moment, he can get red hot. Plenty of time to throw here, and he's got a man open. And it's complete. Malcolm Seabrook. And that is the very first reception in the NFL for Malcolm Seabrook. 31 yards. Jeff Fisher told us that Malcolm Seabrook would have 5 or 6 receptions today. That is the first one of the day. Chandler near side. This one complete. And it's complete to the veteran, Haywood Jeffries.
It was amazing.
Now he's trying to get his team back into this one. And he's going long for the end zone. And the touchdown. Todd McNair. 24 yards. 2-point conversion now for the Oilers. And Chandler will try to run it in and get the 2 points. That was by design and a good call. Del Greco kicks this one back, and at the 30-yard line is Nate Lewis. And Lewis is quickly into Oiler territory. We mentioned that he came in as the second leading kickoff returner in the NFL, better than 27. There's Jeff Graham near sideline, first down for Chicago.
I did not think Chicago could come in here and in facing the Houston Oilers defense in Soldier Field have this much success against these cornerbacks. Both Darrell Lewis and Chris Dishman are excellent man-to-man bump and run coverage cornerbacks, and every time you see that bump and run, you know there's a blitz up front. So the blitz has been picked up beautifully by the Chicago front line, and the receivers Graham and Conway have beaten these corners like drums in this first half.
And it's set up Houston having to kick off deep in its own territory, and Chicago trying to take advantage already at the Oiler 25. Kramer back to pass out of the backfield. This is Robert Green, and Green is wrestled out of bounds for a short gain. Some extracurricular activity now going on the sidelines. That is Jay Lewinberg along with Darrell Lewis. 3rd down and 8. Kramer, pass complete. Green will be short of the first down, but that gives Kevin Butler a little bit shorter field goal attempt. 35-yard attempt. He already has a 28, 22, and a 47. This for his 4th straight field goal of today. Sauerbrunn on the hold. This has plenty of leg, and Butler is perfect. 2nd and 9. Chandler hit. And that was Alonzo Spellman. And the Bears recover it.
They moved Alonzo Spellman from defensive left end to right end this year to help with stopping the run. He beats David Williams around the corner. Number 73, just an outside pass rush. Here's Spellman right here. Gets a good jump around the corner and just knocks the ball out of Chandler's hand.
And Theory recovers it. Number 3 on the game for Theory. Fumble recoveries.
Again, from behind Chandler, you see Williams just can't stay up with Alonzo Spellman, and 94 again. A nose for the football, I think, is the old cliche.
So the Bears with a chance to add to a 28-8 lead after another Houston turnover. This is Anthony Johnson with a reception into the backfield. That is the 3rd turnover for Houston, and the Bears have been turning them into points. That was about the worst scenario you could have hoped for right before the half to turn it over again.
Yeah, this whole half is biz-bagging.
Kramer going to work. And this is Green. And Green is inside the 5. It'll be 1st and goal for Chicago as the clock stops at 26 from the 3.
Blitz again, Dan.
Here they come. Kramer low, and it is picked off, and this could go all the way back. This is Darrell Lewis, who will go the distance. 98 yards. His second interception of the game, most costly for Chicago by far. And another look.
There's the pressure you see. It really hurries Kramer. But they've gone to Jeff Graham so much in his first half. He has 6 catches. And when you throw that out pattern, that short out pattern down on the goal line, he better be wide open, and you better have all the steam you can muster on the pass, or this is what happens.
By the way, that 98-yard interception return for a touchdown, the longest in Oilers history since Pete Jacquis returned one the same distance for a touchdown in '64. Begin this drive on the ground, and this is Marion Butts for good yardage. He's across the 15, and second down and 2 from the 16. Gain of 8 for Butts. Chandler flings out in the flat, and it's complete. Roderick Lewis makes his first reception of the game. They lead at 28-15. To Salam, Rashaan Salam, who had 70 yards in the first half. That is his 18th carry of the ball game. Chuck Cecil brought him down, and it seems clear that Salam will be even more active as we begin the second half.
I agree with you. 18th carry on the day, and you know, when Walter Payton began his career with the Chicago Bears, he barely had an offensive line in front of him.
And Rashaan Salam trying to break a long string of Heisman busts, if you will, as you look at the list, beginning with Andre Ware.
Yeah, this is where they're playing now. He's up in the CFL. Detmer with Green Bay. Desmond with Jacksonville. Gino Toretto's out of the league. Charlie Ward playing basketball. That 31 was certainly famous in Green Bay.
Kramer to the air, and he's got Jeff Graham. Graham should have another first down for Chicago. They're in Houston territory now. At the 42, Darrell Lewis made the stop. The offense very conservative, but they have been putting some points up, and already at 28 today. Here's the draw to Salam, and he works his way up to the 35.
Look at that leg drive. You see that? I tell you, when this kid becomes more comfortable with just being a professional football player, he's going to run over a lot of people, but he doesn't give up on this run. Just a little delay, as you said. Now the tackle takes place there. He keeps pumping those legs. He's a strong kid. The other thing I like about him after the season's over, he's going back to Colorado to finish up his degree in communication. So
third down.
It's
Chandler hanging in there, and wide open was Seabrook, and Seabrook is off to the races, but they're going to mark him down. They're going to mark him down at the Bears 44. Chandler wants to go downfield, has a man wide open. Did he make the catch? Yes. Travis Hanna for 42 yards down to the 1. Very first one of the ball game for Seabrook. Houston trying to score now, and they get the touchdown.
It's the guys out there in the helmet, including Singletary. Yes.
All right, so Chicago trying to respond to the Houston rally. And out of the backfield is Tony Carter. He takes the pass from Kramer, good for about a 4-yard gain. It'll be second down and 6.
What is happening in the NFL this year?
Happening to Miami. Could be 3 straight. Salam with a good burst, but he fumbles the football, and it's loose. Still loose, and the Oilers have it. And it's 3rd and 16. Chandler sets up, and he's got a man complete for the first down. And that is Haywood Jeffries.
And you see Alonzo Spellman chasing him. There's Minifield with the hit. When Chandler gets up, hey, nice hit.
They will spot this at the 29, so officially a 39-yard attempt. Camarillo is the holder. And that one just crawled over the crossbar. And Kramer begins on first down, complete to Keith Jennings. Jennings with first down yardage. He's across the 40, up to the 42. Gain of 16. Chris Dishman put the hit on the tight end.
And boy, they have found receivers open all day long. They have not thrown much to the tight end. But to Dave Wannstedt's dismay, he already knows what he's going to deal with when this game is over, win or lose. And you see Robinson coming on the blitz, tight end open. He's going to say, fellas, somehow we got to complete the deal. Didn't he?
3 wideouts in now for Chicago. Michael Timpson has joined Graham and Conway. Kramer kind of slipped when he set up, but a nifty grab by Graham for first down yardage at the Oiler 40. 19-yard gain.
That was well done. This is the moment where Eric Kramer can assume a little more control of this football team, and his team have confidence in him. This is a tough throw. He puts it in the perfect spot to be caught. It was Williams, 29, behind him. Chuck Cecil makes the tackle, and another grab by Jeff Graham, who has had a big day.
Fake right, and they go left side of the field. It's complete, far side. This is Ryan Wetnight, the tight end.
That's an awful nice job by Eric Kramer. That ball was intended to go right. He turns all the way around to the left-hand side of the field. And Wetnight is not really a candidate for a pass here. He's just an outlet. Coverage is dropped by Lewis. He makes the catch, keeps the drive alive, brings up 3rd and what, 2, maybe 3?
About 3 yards. So now 2nd and 16. It moves out of field goal range. Trying to get back into it. Kramer comes to the near side. And the catch is made. Good for 17 yards by Conway.
Well, that's pretty. I don't know if there's a defensive back in the league that can stop that, because this ball is thrown. When this ball is released by Eric Kramer, Conway has yet to complete his pattern. About now, Conway turns his head around and makes the reception with this Dishman right there close. But that's perfect timing. You can tell these two guys have spent a lot of time in training camp and in practice throwing this pattern.
Both Graham and Conway over 100 yards. 12th play of this drive. Kramer quick drop. Jeff Graham, touchdown. $18 yards. Chris Dishman got beat, but they put on a clinic to beat him.
Read beautifully, executed flawlessly. Inside Dishman. Again, when Dishman steps up, look at Graham. Kind of a release to Dishman's inside shoulder. Kramer throws it beautifully. And that is a huge day for Jeff Graham.
Mel Gray hauls it in at the 8 for Houston. Cuts back to the right. Jukes another Bear and gets it up to the 30. He's a pleasure to watch on kickoff returns. This time Thomas is caught behind the line of scrimmage by Jim Flanagan. Flanagan, a couple of Notre Damers up there up front in the interior defensive line for the Bears.
Yeah, I started to tell the story about Flanagan earlier when he sat down after the season, kind of reassessed his chances with this Chicago Bear team. Decided on 3 things. 1, he was going to gain 10 pounds. 2, be in the best shape of his life. 3, not miss a day of training camp. He did all 3, and he's the starter. The guys that usually fumble the ball the most are the guys that get the ball the most. That's the downside of being the premier back in an offense. It's going to happen. They're going to try to get it from him.
Already up to 26 carries. No gain on that play, so he begins with 95 yards on this one. A little better chunk there. Maybe 3 or 4. Brought down by Darrell Lewis.
But look at the way he's walking back to the huddle.
Well, he did go over the 100-yard mark on that carry. He's now got 27 carries for 103 yards. His second career 100-yard game. He takes a breather, and Robert Green is in on 3rd down and 3. Quick fire by Kramer for the first down, and that is Michael Timpson. So Moore Barnes brought Timpson down, and that's Timpson's third catch of the game, 10th of the season.
Man, I don't know when I've seen more slant patterns completed in a football game. Here's another one. I mean, time after time, the Chicago Bears have done an excellent job of surviving the contact with the cornerbacks, getting the receiver open, and making the completion just on a 5-yard little pass.
This one complete. A flag comes in as Hanna hauls it in for apparent first down yardage, but a flag.
Chris Zorich, defensive tackle, is holding.
Talk about a guy that was born to be a Bear.
Yeah.
Chris Zorich. Lifelong dream came true when he was drafted by Chicago, and it's an all-Irish interior defensive front along with Flanagan.
Yeah, he and Flanagan. And Zorich is one of those guys that every coach would like to have on his team.
Went to the same high school as Dick Butkus. His idol, Mike Singletary. And once again, showing the Rashaan Salam haircut.
Watch 97 Zorich. He is on Bruce Matthews, jumping up and down, cheering, bouncing around. I mean, this guy, when you wind him up, whoa, and a nice hit right into the chest of Chris Chandler. He looks around at the referee. Going to throw the flag? No. Yeah.
A Bear through and through. Well, Chris Sanders has been injured, and we understand that he's not in the game. Questionable to return as the Oilers try to get back in it. Chandler threads the needle to Haywood Jeffries. Jeffries picks up the first down. So another first down for the Oilers, creeping upfield, taking a lot of time, but 4:41 still left. They trail by 10. Chandler feeling the heat from Spellman, just gets it away to Todd McNair. McNair spins his way inside the 45. Chandler back, has another man. Seabrook complete for the first down, and Houston on the move at the Bear 30-yard line. Chandler dumps it over the middle. McNair. That one good for a gain of about 7 yards. 3:25 left. Oilers trailing by 10. Chandler back quickly. Another one caught by Jeffries. And Jeffries down to the Chicago 15. Haywood Jeffries fought off the coverage for the touchdown. What a play. So now second down and 2. And Salam picks up the first down, and that should be it. But the Bears hang on to go to 5-2, their third straight win. Jeff Fisher, the former Chicago Bear, sees his team drop to 2-5. So for Bob Trumpy, I'm Dan Hicks saying so long from Chicago.
First pass of the game looks deep for Jeff Graham, and it's going to be picked off by Darrell Lewis. The first interception for Kramer in 163 attempts. The Bears' record, 173 passes without an interception, set by Harbaugh back in 1990. First quarter, 6-0 Bears. Kramer looking long again. Curtis Conway. Oh, he's got it. His 4th straight catch for a touchdown. 13-0 Chicago, Tommy.
Yeah, let's take a look at the principal defensive backs on this play. Tamura Barnes, Darrell Lewis, and Blaine Bishop. We'll see them spot shadowed in that order. Curtis Conway will run a pattern where he just kind of breezes through the defense. Realize Chuck Cecil is the deep safety behind these 3. No one is supposed to get deeper than him. Right there, he makes the read. He steps up. Conway gets behind. You see him try to make the quick turn. And it's a little bit late as Conway gets to the end zone.
Late first, now more trouble for the Oilers. Incoming Al Fontenot sacks Chandler. Safety. 15-0 Bears. First quarter for Oilers, they only got 17 total yards. The Bears, meanwhile, picked up 229. Late second, Bears at the 3. They're up 28-8. Kramer looks for Graham. Look at the one-handed interception by Darrell Lewis. And he is going, he's gone. He was long gone a long time ago. 98 yards for the touchdown. Huge momentum switch. Oilers down 28-15 at the half. Mid-third now. Oilers look to cut the deficit. Chandler goes long to Malcolm Sebron for 34 yards. Then Chandler, play action fake, goes long again, finds Travis Hanna. Who? Travis Hanna, rolling catch to the 1. Next play, Frank Wycheck. Who? Frank Wycheck. His first career touchdown. Oilers down 28-22. Former Bears checking out the activity. Singletary with his back to the camera. 6 minutes left in the third. 2nd and 6 for the Bears. Rashawn Salam. I got it. You got it. Who's got it? I don't know who's got it. Dishman. Does he have it? Who's got it? Chris Dishman. Finally. Yeah, I got it. Led to an Oiler field goal. Oilers down 3. Early 4th, though. Bears get some insurance. Kramer to Jeff Graham. 9 catches, 137 yards for Graham, 18 yards. Tommy.
Difficult pass to defend in the red zone. Graham with the quick slant inside. Dishman a step behind into the end zone.
Bears up 10. Oilers trying to come back. Chandler hits Haywood Jeffries, 13 yards. Then 3rd and 5. Chandler finds Jeffries. Touchdown, 6-yard score. Oilers down 3 again, 35-32. They have an onside kick, have to have it. Remember, they're down 3, have to recover it. Who's got it? Michael Timpson has it, and the Bears go on to win 35-32. Kramer, 24 of 41 for 349 yards.